definitely need... Oh boy, clearly not ready.
I'm in early, Joel.
Oh, there you are. Okay, you hear me, yes?
Yeah, that's all I hear.
Okay. I'm trying direct to audio. So you probably will hear the game. You'll probably hear, but you're not going to hear TNA. So I need to figure that out. How I can do that for Discord, but it's not going to happen tonight. So
yeah, no, it's fine. It was like that the last time too. I noticed that I could hear the game, but not the music.
Okay. Let's I just feel really bad because last time Jordan was like, "Hey, the music's too loud," or like I can barely hear Craig. But I don't really know the best way to. I think I can balance it. I think I can do it. But what's weird here is, let me see. Yeah. So I can control the game audio and your audio separate. So, all right, so we'll figure that out. Kaz, Brian, I need you, man. What do you hear? You hear me, I assume. Do you hear TNA? Do you hear the music? What up, Brian? So yeah, Kaz.
What's happening, Brian?
And do you hear Craig? Do you hear music? And do you hear Craig? Just curious if I got all this figured out. Because I heard the alert, I can hear Craig, and I can hear the music. But can you? That's the question. I do hear 2 audio tracks from TNA. Are they like delayed?
Let me just press play here on my thing.
Because I'm pretty confident I could do that. No. Craig, I hear you both, but the music is duplicated. So if I did that, it would fix it. What up, Ramrod? Ian. Trying to figure out this direct capture thing, but the problem is Discord. How do I get Discord to work? Alright. Direct capture just might not happen tonight. I'm gonna have to mess around with this. Because the Cheesy Buddha. There we go. So we should get. Where's my audio? Oh, did I mute it? There we go. Alright, can you hear that? That. We turn off that. Okay. Evening. What up, Mervin? I was trying to mess around with direct audio, and that's not going to happen. Craig, you're still there, right?
Yep.
So the music's a bit quiet. All right. There we go. How's that? Is the music good? Too loud? Too quiet? Trying to get these, yeah, let me know. Music up or down? Because you're not, maybe just a bit higher. Okay. All right, and my voice is fine. Okay, let's go one more. There we go. How's that? Craig's here. It's going to be a great night. Oh, yeah, Craig's here. Still seems like it's duplicated. It definitely shouldn't be. Let me just delete this. Subtract. There we go. Is that good, Kaz? It shouldn't be duplicated. I have completely removed direct audio from the equation. How's that? Craig, you're not. All you're hearing is me, right?
Yep.
Okay. How you doing, buddy? It's been a little while.
Yeah, doing good. I was busy last week, unfortunately, but
yeah, good now.
Here I am today.
That's what happens when you pick your old stream setup. Oh man, I've been meaning to come down here and just tinker with direct audio for a while now. And I finally was like, I'll just plug it in. How bad can it be? But I think I can get direct audio to work well. But I know the way that I do Discord is basically I'd have to figure out Discord. Discord's the next thing. Hey, have you looked into Scorebit for TNA and streaming? Cause I actually have a Scorebit. It's upstairs. It came in 2 days ago. Yeah. Came in 2 days ago, and I just haven't installed it yet. Whoa, what's open? Methadone, hey! Thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. 4 months, too. Ontario opening up, Craig.
Wow. Yeah, Ontario's slowly opening up here. Slowly. Boy, it's been a grind. Holy cow.
Everybody here's Craig all right? All right, let's see what happens when I actually plunge a ball. Let's see how bad this is. All right. Let me know if that's too loud. I just did the Scorebit on my GNR. Sounds good. Awesome. Yeah, Scorebit. I got a Scorebit for this because there's so much talk from so many different people, like George and Fliptronic and Jedi McMuffin. They all have TNA. Not to mention Scott Denisi. Like, there's a whole bunch of TNA owners that are really excited about Scorebit, and so I looked at it as if they're going to be doing cool stuff with it, like I don't want to miss out. So
what does that cost, Joel, to get that? Is it an adapter or what is it exactly?
Scorebit is it's a whole separate little board.
It's a board
with power cables. It's like $300. I mean, it is not cheap.
Wow.
Which makes the fact that JJP games have it is pretty amazing. But it's a pretty interesting piece of kit. But yeah, it wasn't. I was putting it off. I was not planning on getting a Scorebit until I really saw something that impressed me. But now that I'm part of the Scorebit Discord channel, just seeing how excited some of these people are, I'm like, all right, what's going to happen is somebody's going to make something really cool and be like, hey, let's compete tonight or something, and I'm going to be left in the dust. So I was like, well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get one eventually, so might as well just bite the bullet and buy it. 2 days later, showed up at my door.
Very cool. Yeah, it seems like the community is really starting to jump on board with it.
Especially with TNA. I mean, I'm very curious about the streaming integration. That's the thing that Jedi McMuffin and George and everybody, they're really excited about. So right now, my borders are all white, but an easy thing will be, when the beacon's on, the borders will be red, or so there's a whole bunch of streaming that to be honest is very simple things that I'm pretty sure could be done. Scott did a great integration with Scorpion. Yeah. So the fact that the fact that Scott is on board and there's all these people that want to do cool things with it. Fliptronic is trying to do something where every time he blows up a reactor, the inflatable dude reacts. But Stu, Bloody Cactus, how you doing, my man? Scorebit is an add-on for most pins. All JJP games will have Scorebit for free. I know, that's awesome that's it. I'm not in any rush to put one in for my Stern games, just because, I don't know. I mean, at what point do we give up on the Stern online integration? They say it's coming, but questions when. So I don't know. But Scorebit, obviously, JJP is working very nicely with Scorebit to make it really cool in their games, and then Spooky's doing that. Scott Denisi's, messed with Scorebit for TNA, and then, Eric Primke's doing it for Rick and Morty, so it's pretty cool. Bloody Cactus, I'm curious about its implementation of rule settings versus score. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's all about triggering events is what is going on in the code. Jordan may know more. What up, Jordan? Jordan, I needed you 2 minutes ago. I tried direct audio.
Where were you, Jordan?
But the problem is, trying to get direct audio with this, game volume seemed one touch too loud. Yeah, so that's what, there you go. How's that? Trying to find this balance. All I can control audio with right now is the audio of the game, but I tried direct audio. I was getting double audio, though, because of the way that I have Discord going. So I need to get that figured out. How to get Discord audio and game audio, I'll figure it out. But Are they going deeper integration on Rick and Morty? Yeah, Eric Kremke's doing a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff with it. So, Ian, if you're curious about it, join the. Hit me up. I can send you the information for the Scorbit Discord. And you can ask away. Dustin Cheesy Buddha, my Waz is looking better every day, dude. Nice. Yeah, it's. I think it's. I mean, I miss having Hobbit, and if I would have known Scorbit's now like just part of it, it's wow. That's
exciting.
I hate that mistake. I think I've talked about this again. The most fun thing to do in here is, you plunge it, you let it bounce over, and then you hit it with the right flipper. But if you look up at the wrong time, what you end up doing is you just lift your right flipper and you just drain yourself. It's pretty great. American Pitbull has no olive oil yet either. Wait, what? Oh, online. No olive yet. No online. I know. It'll get there. Zornrip. What up, Dennis? That's Dennis. First off, I don't know if you've listened to the latest.
I have. I was just listening to it. It's kind of like my routine now. I go on and I watch Dennis's show, and then I come on here. It's nice. So weird because I have been looking for an orange dive watch as well for the last 2 months, and it was a happy coincidence, as they say, that Dennis posted that stuff. So I found it really interesting.
His new watch video. Yeah, his videos are great. I like it. I was gonna say, I don't know if you, Craig, listened to what is it, Triple Drain, the new podcast. I was
listening to that today too. Yeah. I finished it, but I liked it.
I'm glad. It was just a lot of fun. But I definitely felt bad because at the end I said eccentric gamers podcast and not eclectic. So Dennis, I apologize. I apologize for that.
It's all the same.
What do we have here? Ramrod, now I'm gonna need one. I was trying to get the background to change with each dimension. Yeah, you can do it. Ian, for sure. Pancake Network. Oh, we got these different topics every month. Widget Extreme. Yeah, Dennis, Widget Extreme. So for me, I bring in game audio being a headphone jack. I did that, put it on monitor only, so it basically plays on the desktop. And then I have a source that uses desktop audio for all audio so instead of, okay, so the source uses desktop audio for all audio that is sent to Twitch aside from mic. So Discord plays in the desktop, so no need to set up a capture port. Okay, I will mess with that. On the triple record drain, yeah, not yet. Yeah, you got to give that a go. I heard the new Triple Drain podcast, like sitting around talking about. Nice, Brian. I don't know, when I record my podcast, I try to have a little bit of structure. I don't take too much notes, but the point, it's like one of those like, all right, what's the goal? The goal for this podcast is to talk about the white coat, or the goal for this podcast is to, talk about George's collection. Like I try to have a very focused goal and try to work through that. Triple Drain is not that at all. Triple Drain is an excuse for me, Tom, and Travis to get together and joke around. And we talked about some pinball, but it was more just letting it go, and it went off the rails. So we were very curious.
Like Jordan said, you talked about his bathing habits.
Oh yeah,
that was really nice.
That definitely came up. So we were just joking around, but it's one of those things where I don't know. I mean, if people are listening to pinball podcasts for entertainment, I think it'll work. But if people are listening to pinball podcasts for like content, it's not really. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. We talked about George's bathing habits. Final Fantasy VII Integrate drops at 2 a.m. Are you going? Oh yeah, he's got to be all over that. I drive 3 to 4 hours a day. Pinball podcast, awesome, Brian. Well, I hope you got a few laughs out of it because, like I said, it was pretty fun to record, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, Brian. Yeah, you'll have to give it a listen to, Craig, when you finish it when you get a chance.
Yeah, I'm about maybe 10 minutes in or so, but love hearing all you guys together. It's a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was definitely one of those, yeah.
Tom and Travis are such good guys. They're pretty funny in their own right.
Travis is, and Tom. We get a lot of slack for Tom because he's so chill. And people are like, "Is Tom asleep?" It's like, no, dude, that's Tom. Like Tom is the man. Yeah. No, not planning to getting. Oh, Gears of Dennis, I heard that on your podcast that you were trying to find your Gears 5 save file, and looked all over for it and then realized you never played the game and you're thinking of Gears 4, I think is what you said. Yeah.
Even that happens.
Yeah, Craig, you'll have to listen to it because we there was a good bit of hot tub and bathtub conversation, which is pretty funny. Exactly what you would expect out of a pinball podcast. Tom saves all his energy for LE purchases. Yeah, that's what it is, Dennis. Yeah.
Too funny.
He's oh wow, I really thought that was hitting the flipper. He's just so chill, which is good because
yeah, no, he's a great guy.
Tom is great in chat, like just chatting it up, but obviously like Travis, he has no problem like just talking on himself, and he does that really well with his podcasts and his videos. And I just love conversation. So I know I talk a lot, but my goal during the podcast is like, let's just keep the conversation going, ask good questions, keep people engaged. And then Tom is just there. Tom is just there for the ride. But when Tom does interject, it's great. Like it's really a lot of fun. So I don't know. We've had a lot of fun recording those two podcasts and look forward to doing it a lot. Cannot believe you pulled Zach in on episode 2, hitting that well pretty quick. So Dennis, you got to listen to the whole thing because obviously the joke there is how do we get Travis into TPN? And it's like, well, clearly Zach's the gatekeeper, so let's get Zach on and try to talk him into it. And but now, Dennis, just a heads up. Now that we've had Zach and some of the questions and joking around we had with Zach, we're like, well, now we got to have Dennis on here. We got to have Dennis
next.
We got to have Dennis on here to hear the other side of the story. So, Dennis, I don't know if you want to count this as a formal invite, but I would love to have you on. Yeah. Any word on TNA 2.0? Will that still come out soon? Will all current owners update for free? Yes. So, Kaz, I do know Scott has been very clear about that. Anything that Scott's already working on additional code or new code, but anything that 2.0 will do, the one version will do as well. So there's no loss or anything like that for current owners. But I think it's going to be a while for 2.0. And the reason I say that is it seems like Spooky's about to announce their next game. So I don't know if the idea was, well, if we have a lull, between like Rick and Morty in the next game, then we'll just throw TNA on the line. I don't know, but unless it magically happens tomorrow, I think it probably is going to be until after the next. Would be my guess. But what were you saying,
Plus,
Craig?
He's Scott's also programming for Multimorphic now as well, so he's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, so Scott's like, what's awesome about Scott, and the more that, anytime I talk about TNA, he genuinely is still, in love with TNA. And it's his baby. This is his baby. And so I trust him when he says he's planning on continuing to develop for it. But Zach always keeping those guys. Yeah, those are a couple of knowledgeable guys. Oh, Zach, Trav, and Tom. Yeah. I highly suggest a Triple Drain. It's on TPN. Give it a laugh. Spooky's been saying no longer next in line. Yeah, Dennis, I think you're right. I think it's going to be at least after the next game, which probably is going to be well over a year, probably more. So, yeah, I did hear that there was somebody else streaming TNA, but currently I just have TNA, Deadpool, and Turtles, and I've just kind of been rotating them. So it just happened to line up, and let's see how far we get. Yeah, they mentioned that. Scott recently said he's still heavily working on. Oh, yeah, Scott is for sure, yeah, I know he has big plans, and then, like I said, with Scorebit, he's trying to implement some pretty cool stuff with Scorebit in here. Yeah, he's doing a lot. But then the whole Multimorphic game, I'll give you a heads up. So I recorded the Triple Drain podcast Sunday night, and then actually Monday night, I recorded my own podcast, and I interviewed a guy about his P3, and really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed that conversation, and I will tell you that P3 owners are stoked to know that the next module is Scott Denisi's jam, because for owners that are already invested, already in a P3, it's only whatever $2,500, $3,000 to just get a whole new game, and so to hear already oh, this game's gonna have ridiculous music, they are pumped. So I think it's pretty cool. Well, some podcasters said that Spooky may have one new game coming out soon, maybe 2 games. I have not heard 2 games. Yeah, I hear they still plan to. I don't get it from Spooky's perspective, but what do I know? Plan to do 2 games?
That was what I think Kaneda was saying. That he had heard that there may be 2 games coming in succession, but
I don't listen.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a red herring. You know?
I mean, if there are good fruits, that's awesome. I mean, I'm all for more pinball. Why not?
I think he was trying to draw some conclusions between their factory upgrade, thinking they might have a little bit of production now to bring in a second game.
Yeah, maybe.
Either in quick succession or at the same time. And anyway, I mean, who knows? It was an interesting thought, but highly unlikely.
Jordan, you said only to probably my comment of only to 2,500. I mean, yes, that's obviously like. I mean, $2,500 is $2,500. That's not a small amount of money, you know. But I get it. But compared to $6,000, you know, it is less. P3 looks really cool, but I've never seen one. They don't even have one at Expo. How do they sell games and not market them at shows? That was interesting because I had that conversation with the guy I was talking to. Ryan Tanner is his name. Super nice guy, and he actually committed to buying one before he even played it. So there are people out there that do, you know, just, you know, watching people stream it or videos enough for them. But I would hope, if I'm going to go to Pinball Expo, I would really hope they have one at Pinball Expo. Spooky does not run multiple lines yet. Maybe, you know, they're expanding. Maybe, but I don't think they will. I don't know. Spooky's doing everything right. Like, could they potentially be doing things better or capitalize on making more games or make more money? Potentially. But I don't. You know, they've got a good system, and the last thing I'd want is for them to, you know, do something that causes that.
Yeah, overextend themselves, or yeah.
Wow, that's really sad. That ball bounced all around up there and didn't hit a single anything. Didn't hit a single anything. Army of Darkness would fit perfectly into a funny horror pin. I agree. It's pretty on the nose, though, because what was it? Didn't he take a picture in front of that? I don't know. I mean, Spooky... I don't like Spooky videos. So the reality is, like... I like... If they're going to do sci-fi stuff, like, I'm in. Like, if they did a Blade Runner game, I'd be in trouble. But, I don't know. I just have no interest in owning an actual scary or spooky game, especially with little kids. They do have a big Texas Pinball Festival presence. That makes sense. But the low sales speak for itself. Charlie plays it safe too, but better than most. Better than two. Yeah, you're right. Dennis, I was looking forward to TVF 2020, where they were to reveal heists, but of course it never happened. Yeah. I mean, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea if they've sold 100 heists or if they've sold 30. You know, I don't know. I don't know that answer. I should get a P3 since I live. I know, Jordan. I really feel bad for you about that.
You should go over, Jordan, and take a look at that place anyway. I'm sure they'd love to give you a tour.
I don't understand that. I mean...
They would probably give you one to stream, for God's sake.
Well, the thing is, Jerry does stream. Like, they have streamed.
Oh, does he?
So it's not like they don't have any presence.
Well, see, the fact that we don't know that I didn't know he streamed means he's not streaming.
Oh, it's not a consistent thing. I mean...
Exactly.
Yeah, such just a large... Yeah, I need a tour. It would be... I don't understand why... Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Jordan. I agree. I think... If I could
It would be interesting anyway to see what they do and how they do it, you know, and to get a sense of them, a little better sense of them.
It would be cool, like, if they did a tour, yeah. Doing, like, 15-ball multi-ball tells you how desperate they are to find some gimmick that sticks. Yeah, I mean, Dennis, it's very clear that they are trying to do the most they can with the stuff that's already in people's hands. I mean, they're clearly trying to push it as a value proposition, you know, with obviously like, oh yeah, you know, you can do Twitch integration and you can do multiplayer and Bluetooth headphones integration and, you know, all these things. Yeah. Will they loan you one for stream? No, I heard that Jordan, you asked, It's a shame that they don't.
Yeah, I think that's a missed opportunity right there.
Yeah, they should. I mean, it's nothing but publicity for them, and if they don't even have to ship the game.
Yeah, I mean that's the benefit, and Jordan and Becca are obviously well known in the community. They're real nice people.
Yeah, it would make sense to me.
That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer in my book.
Or even if they just let you Jordan, like you've proven you can do it on the road. So if they're 15 minutes from your place, like, hey, I could come to your facility and stream one night, I don't know. Doesn't really make sense to me. Stop. In my opinion, Kaz, I heard Deepu was working on 60-ball multi-ball. Yeah, yeah. In my opinion, Jerry keeps trying to engineer himself into more sales. The engineering is not the problem. The marketing as business decisions are subpar. Maybe one day, who knows? I mean, what? So there's already more hype for the next P3 module than every other module they've ever had. There's already more hype, and it's just because Scott Denisi. Like we already know the music is going to be great. So if there's a good theme, that would be amazing. But I don't know what they can afford. Because you look at it, I mean, Mando comes out, or Rick and Morty's announced, it sells out in 4 hours. Like, if there's a killer theme, if they can get some crazy theme that somebody wants. But, yeah.
I gotta, it would be a little bit, I don't know how much a good license costs, but is it $1 million? Is it $250,000? Like, I have no clue what they have to pony up front. And I wonder, too, if there isn't some sort of arrangement where you could get a license and then, almost like a commission, pay that based on sales or how many units actually go out the door. You probably have to pay up front, but which is a barrier, right?
Oh, for sure. Because I don't think they have a ton of money, but you would hope they could do some sort of commission. Theme will be key. Scott's music will not get many to bite a 10K. It helps, but it needs a killer app. I mean, Dennis, though, like, I don't know. Let's say they've sold 50 P3s. You could probably count on close to 50 people buying the next module. Like, if you're in on a P3, you're probably going to buy every module from there on out. Wonder why they won't let people help them out. The streaming community could help sell a few more games and get more eyes on their product. Seems like a no-brainer. I agree. What I will say is Kevin at Buffalo Pinball, he's been streaming the heck out of a P3. And he streams all the different multiplayer stuff. I mean, he's made videos for him. 15-ball multi-ball, the first video I saw that was from Kevin. So they already have arguably one of the biggest streamers, owning and promoting their product. So maybe in their head they think one is enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
If Jerry heard my podcast and heard that I was interested and called me up and hooked me up with some deal, I mean, I'd jump on it. But I don't think he's going to.
It is a real-world example of how if you don't have a themed machine, people know you're not going to sell any games. I mean, I don't know why these companies are like insistent on believing that these non-themed games or non-licensed games can actually work. Like Dennis was saying, they've got the vehicle to make it go. They just need the license. That's it. So and people would get on board with it, no doubt. They'd at least sell twice as many games as they have to date. They got a decent license.
Yeah, I mean, what's sad though is, there is a game that proves that kind of wrong, and it's this game. Like this is an unlicensed game, but the reason this was so successful is because like Scott shopped it around. Like he took it to all these shows. So many people had a chance to touch it and play it, and it's unique. It's not just like it's unique. So, but yeah, it is definitely a. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Heist is a cool looking game. I bet it's a blast, but it's also just. I mean, the theme is Heist. Like that's not a. Like, sorry, but the artwork on this game and the music on this game is better than, you know, like, I don't know. I don't have the answers for it, but it is definitely a system I'm intrigued about. And Dennis, I will tell you, I asked some pretty tough questions to Ryan, so I'm very curious to hear how the podcast is received.
How many? I can't remember what as well, Joel. Like how many units did they actually sell of this game when it came out? Was
this
it less than 500?
550.
550. Yeah.
They sold out.
So it wasn't like a runaway, but I guess at 500, that's doable for a new.
It's not small
manufacturer, right?
I mean, this was the highest selling spooky game until Rick and Morty. So. Dennis, sure, but the P3 fanboys buy everything. They're desperate for their system to not collapse and fail and waste their money. Getting in and out of P3 is awful. It is a part of the problem. You cannot just sell off the heist module if you hate it because only other P3 owners can use it. It's why the system will probably always struggle. Hate Avengers, just sell it. Hate a P3, live with it or unload the entire platform. I agree. I mean, I'm telling you right now, the only way that I could even see myself getting a P3 is I'd want to buy it used. And I would expect, you know, like I've seen them sell for like $8,000 and it has like 3 modules, you know, it's crazy. 550 took a while, was Spooky's best sales, and Rick and Morty beat it in 1 day. Yeah, 1 day. Boom, sink that shot. That shot, you haven't played one of these, have you, Greg?
I did briefly when I was first getting back into pinball, and I didn't quite, I played it on location and I couldn't hear the sound, which is of course, you know,
like
a big
the
part
best
of
part,
this game. Yeah, and I didn't quite understand it, so I was like, oh, this is TNA. You know, I heard some stuff about it, and then when I played it, I was like, I don't kind of get it.
Yeah.
But now that I know more about it, I definitely want to play this again.
Well, what you'll learn with this game is the scoop. There's 2 things that you will hate in this game, and it's that scoop and it's that pop bumper, and that's the this is so critical to so many moments. And hitting that scoop, and then what's great is when you hit the scoop and you don't want to, it just shoots it back out so hard. It's amazing. It's you know, I almost feel like they're 2, you know, toys without being an actual toy. You know, like I've never cared about a pop bumper ever in a game. Most games that have a pop bumper, you know, it's just like you're just waiting on the ball to show up. You know, but like that screws you over. 5th season Rick and Morty drops soon. I know. Dennis, I bought my TNA Direct from Spooky, was sitting on some after announcing the ending, so 550. So they built in batches of 50 until orders stopped. So yeah, so it wasn't like how Rick and Morty was, you know, sold out, and then it's been sold out and everybody got their number. They basically announced they were gonna do, I don't know if they announced they were doing 550 from the beginning or what, but yeah, as Dennis is saying, he didn't. It's not like he was on the list at the beginning or something. He was able to just pick one up.
Yeah, well, no one knew about it really, and it had, you know, word hadn't gotten out that this was a fantastic title to own. So
well, when they announced that they were building it, there was a lot of people stoked.
Well, there, yeah.
But it wasn't like, I mean, there were plenty of people that are like, why are people, like, it was one of those, like, am I missing something? Why are so many people freaking out right now about this, you know, being sold? Like, why does this matter?
The dreaded bounce.
I mean, when I looked at videos and stuff, it was just like, there's nothing in this game. Why are people so excited? Yeah, I was wrong. Ready to add some ramps to your TNA? Cause I know it's one of your buddies that's doing that. I still watch that for him, but, like he posted the other day, like he actually has painted the side graphic, and it's just like, it's not like it's a bad painting job, but it's not good. Like it is not, like when I look at this cabinet, it's great. Like I love the art on this game. The art is, I don't know. I just don't get it.
He has a dream.
I just don't get it.
He's got a dream.
But you know what? It's your game. Do what you want.
That's right.
Yeah.
He has a vision, and he's determined to see it through.
All right.
Welcome to the future.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad game. Made it to 3rd Reactor. What I did hear, though, is Jedi McMuffin made it to Reactor 6 the other night. So,
whoa.
And I love Jedi. I love Jedi, but I do think I'm a better player than Jedi. So, Dennis, it's not like it's bad paint job, but it's really bad. Yeah. Yeah.
He got mad when Craig and I talked about his ramp mod. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
It was funny. We downvoted him, or what was that? It was what were we doing? I can't remember the name of that game. It was my brain is totally not working.
Downvoted?
It was the old special win list. Oh
You
yeah,
drained it.
we drained it or save it. Drain it or save it. Yeah.
It's not, I don't know. I mean, there are games that have weird things. I don't know. To me, this is probably my favorite game, if not like top 2. And it just pains me to think that somebody would paint over it and mess with the geometry. I just don't get it. I don't know why. PinQuest got mad when I said he had a bad business. It happens. Yeah, Dennis, how dare you have an opinion and share it on a public forum? Nice.
All saved.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think I'm only pissed off, or at least I've only had one guy write in that was pissed off by anything that I said on my podcast. So I'll get there.
Choose the left scoop to start reactor.
I'll get there. Come on, get in. I am jealous of George's TNA because and I've seen him do it over and over and over. Wow, I was trying to show you. He can backhand that left orbit, and there's no way. There's no way that I could do that. No way. PinQuest, Pin Swap, and Scorebit and P3 all need to merge. Joe, you just showed. You should add ramps to your hat. Yeah. Well, I guess my words could have impacted his update.
Stadium.
And Pin Stadium, yeah. It's quality.
Hey, speaking of pins, are you gonna check out Pin Clash on the weekend? I think it's this weekend, right?
Yeah, I will definitely. If I can, I will. If I can, I will. For sure. What's up?
Travis must be practicing every damn day.
No, he's not. That's what we talked about it on the podcast. Yeah, I'm telling you, got to listen to Triple Drain. Sell. Travis is good, man. That's the thing about these high-end players.
Yeah,
they
know what they're doing.
It's absurd. I mean, so one of the things we talk about is Carl says in the rules for Pin Clash that you can set your out lanes to whatever you want. Triple Drain, is that the new name? Yeah, Joe. We debated a lot of names, and on the record, off the record, which we think's hilarious. On the record, off the record. There's already an on the record, believe it or not. On the record podcast is the thing, and it's on NPR, so it's on one of the biggest podcast networks out there. So we're like, yeah, that's just dumb. We're like, yeah, we probably shouldn't name it, something that obvious. The name was bad. I'm glad you changed. I'm glad, Dennis. So Triple Drain, there's 3 of us. That's the thought.
I like it.
More than one guy mode would have been cool. More than one guy mode. Yeah, we went with Triple Drain, and then the catchy thing is if we have a guest on, the guest is the extra ball. I thought that was really clever. I liked it.
I liked it.
So you heard it here.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's interesting that they're allowing them to open up their out lanes. I guess a lot of his the modes or the contests are time based. So if you drain, there's a bit of a time penalty there on the ball reset. So
yeah, well, and also, so you set your game to 5 ball is the way that it works, and then obviously it's just the first person to complete something. So if it makes sense, if the ball's out of control, you probably just want it to drain so you can get back in control faster than more than one guy. Yeah, or tripod. Tripod would have been pretty good. But we tried to keep it pinball themed.
Pinball related.
That's the thought. But yeah, Joe, Wind Raider, you need to on TPN. You need to give it a listen to. Triple Drain. It was released this afternoon, and tell me what you think. It's definitely not a pinball news podcast. It's more of a 3 guys that pinball is enough to structure a conversation, but it's more let's just have a good time and give each other's art time. I wanted pinball periodicals just to have more confusion. Yeah. Yeah, that would. I would say, I mean, TPN. There's a lot of podcasts now.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot, and to be honest, I mean, just talking to my wife, you know, like recording. I've recorded Triple Drain now twice, and then I was recording my podcast every other week, and it's like, you know, if I'm going to keep that going, like I probably need to drop my podcast from once every other week to just maybe once every 3 weeks or once a month.
You got 2 podcasts. You got 2 streams. Like,
I know it's a lot. 2 days a week. 2 days a week is.
If I'm doing the math here, I think you're slightly overstepping what you had promised Nicole. Am I wrong there?
Yeah, there's, you know, to say like, oh, it's only one night a week.
I don't want to create problems.
Yeah, it's only one night a week, but I don't know. To her credit, I mean, she does know how much I enjoy it, and you know, I feel like I'm making, like, genuinely making friendships. You know,
it's the
like,
hobby creep. Yeah.
You look at the viewers right now, like Craig, you're obviously on here. I've never met you, but like you're here every week, and I look forward to it. I recognize every single person's name in chat. I mean, it's awesome. Better than 3 guys, 6 balls. What would be great is to say like 3 guys, 5 balls, and just never explain, never explain who the guy is. Yeah, you finally have friends. Yes, my wife is happy for me because of that. Yeah, for sure. My math says you now need double the games. Oh. I like that. I like that idea. Okay, this is
She's probably happy just to have you out of her hair. He's like, do what you want.
Well, it depends. It depends on if we're like have stuff to do, because you know, to have.
I know, like, when you got small kids, it's like you need another set of hands sometimes, right?
Well, she knows. I mean, it's not like I'm streaming at 6 o'clock at night. Like, the kids are well in bed, but it's normally this would be our time to hang out. So it's like still trying to chip away at the basement, and then if we're like in the middle of a show, you know, like working our way through a show, then those are the ones like, oh, you're streaming tonight, aren't you? Because in her mind, you know, she wants to keep going with the show kind of thing. Keep it going. Yeah. We just started Ted Lasso.
Yes, I have to watch that as well. I've heard really good things about
it. We had heard really good things, and the first episode we watched it, we're like, okay, it's all right. Let's go to episode 2. And it's like, you just get invested. We watched 5 episodes last night. So
that's awesome.
Luckily, they're only like 30 minutes. Yeah, luckily they're only 30 minutes. But it was, I mean, it's fun. So that's where I think in her mind she was hoping, you know, maybe we could squeeze in an episode tonight before the stream, but bath time with my daughter took a little while. There we go. Got to get that extra ball. All right, get that back in frame. I guarantee this thing's going to yell at me. A warning when this ball comes out. You finally have friends. Yeah, Dennis, I talk about you all the time. All right, sound still all right? Not too loud? All good? Let's get these multi-ball going. Or should I get this? Let's get up top. Alright. What else? Mando, it's crazy, man. Mando's like all anybody was talking about, myself included. But like, I feel like we've just like hit a wall with Mando. Like, alright. We've all seen it.
Yeah, given our opinion.
We're all
the once over.
Like, here we go.
I know,
like,
if they're not going to be here till August now, it's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
How much is going to get talked about before then?
Like, Jordan, I feel for you, man. Like, you've got one on order. And I don't. It's just, yeah, it's crazy. It's like this mythical thing that we all got really excited for, and
it's the hurry up and wait.
We'll have to wait and see. Is a strong, long wait. Yeah.
Well, I even thought, based on everything I was hearing about their production, that, you know, they were a little bit delayed, because normally they make their announcements and it's like within days they've got the thing on the line. So at a week they were like, okay, it's more or less about what they do.
Yeah.
And then when Zach came on and said, well, guess what, everybody?
I know.
I was like, oh god.
That sucks. Slacker, I doubt everyone in chat is friend material, but I'm excited to see some folks at pinball events as things get back to full stream. I agree. I cannot wait. I don't know what I'm going to do, and maybe this is overthinking. I do know what I'm going to tell Dennis when I see him for the first time. But no, I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be people that just recognize my voice or say hey because they've seen me on stream, and I'm going to be like, what's your Twitch name? You know, like, but
who are you and why are you touching me that way?
Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, I know for a fact, like, there's plenty of TPN people, and then, you know, there's plenty of people that I'm looking forward to meeting. Like, I'm really looking forward to it for sure. Yeah, Jordan, I've got Last Action Hero now. I'm pretty excited for you about that. That game looks fun. I think I have one on rental coming in a few weeks. Joe, yeah, I know. All these people are just dying for these bars to get them. I was hyped for Mando weeks ago when I paid Zach. No hype has diminished some. Now hype has diminished some. I know, right? Yeah. LOL, yeah. I bumped into Glow Skull at Logan Arcade and it was... Yeah, I understand. UC Cash, how you doing, Bob? It's good seeing you, man.
Well, and here's this for... How is this for a mature way of thinking? I was really stoked for Mando's on. I'm thinking, I'm going to get it. I just want to get my hands on it. And then just for the final thing, oh, God.
Yeah, and then, I had no warnings left.
And then I was going to make my decision, right? But now I'm starting to think, the thing's not coming out till August. Well, now that you've made it to August, there's only a couple more months till they're probably going to announce the next game, which will be Keith Elwin's game. So I'm like, for a couple months, because here's what I'd hate to happen. You order your Mando, and then 2 months later, the Elwin game drops, and it's killer.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna hedge my bets a little bit, I think, and I'm gonna wait till they announce the Elwin game to get a good look at it, and then I'll make the final call there.
Well, and that's what's crazy is they're talking about,
I say.
like, well, like, what? They're saying, like, Guardians is going to go back on the line, and there's all these other games, Deadpool again on the line, and all these other games that are just, like, that's crazy to me. I don't know. I wonder what the community would prefer. I wonder if the community would, if Stern announced, hey, we're just giving you a heads up, but we're not going to announce any new games the rest of the year. We are playing catch-up. I don't know, half the community would be like, oh, I want an Elwin's game. And then the other half would be like, good. Like, let's get back to buying a game and getting a game. So, yeah. Wind Raider, you'll be signing your Walter Day card. Dude, so, sure, I would love to sign my Walter Day card, but he's not printing them. Like, those, the Walter Day trading cards... Mm-hmm. Those cards were like the individuals with all their individual cards and everything. Well, his whole plan was to be able to like print a whole, like you'd be able to buy a deck or something. Mm-hmm. And he ran into a licensing issue, so he said he can't.
Oh shit!
He flipped back. Oh, I heard he wasn't going to do it, and so for you to order them, he got over that. Oh, thank goodness, because for you to order them, he like sent a link to his printer and was like, contact him. And you can order your own through there. Check his posts. Okay. Because, yeah, Jordan, I'm ready. He flipped back over. He got over
Scott.
that. Hey, Scott. How you doing, buddy? Scott, if you want in on Discord, I could get you in if you want to chat it up. Check his posts.
Game isn't before the next Elwin because Elwin is the king.
Well, I think I thought the rumor was... Elwin was next with Godzilla, and then it was going to be John Borg. I heard it was Rush. That's the rumor.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I would say if they're only going to do one more game this year, they're going to make it an Elwin game because they know that's a slam dunk seller, and they're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
The thing that they're running into now, I believe, and it may be just a supply chain issue that's totally bogged them down, but I just think some of these games that have been out for, a year and a half, or they're still gaining momentum in the community. Like, I still think there's a latent, issue with a latent demand for titles like Stranger Things, and Deadpool's starting to come back around. Mm-hmm. Like Guardians is still popular, so it just goes to show you that it takes time for these games to settle into people's psyches a bit, right? First of all, they got to get their hands on them. Then they got to play them for a little while. Then they got to play them a little more and really kind of get into the groove of it. That's what I'm really finding with Avengers. It's like if I played it for the first week or two, I would be like, and I didn't kind of give it the time it needs to really get into it. And to really take hold, you might have moved on and kind of missed the entire point. So I do think these games require some patience, and they need to be kind of broken in a little bit.
Hey Craig, let me do this. I'm gonna call Scott directly, and then I think I can add you in. So I'm gonna hang up off the TPN. So I'll get you back in.
Yep.
Here. All right, Scott. Let me see if I can call you directly here. There we go. Let's see if you.
All right.
There. Do you guys hear Scott?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh no, I can hear myself. Hold on a second. Oh,
all right.
Hold on.
So what I would suggest
I
is
had to mute your chat.
Yeah, what I would suggest is watch the Discord video because that's up to date, while the other one.
Perfect.
So let me see if I can add Craig back in. Add friends to. You need to be friends with Scott Denisi to start a group. Oh, apparently we're not friends,
crap.
Scott.
Why aren't we friends?
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know. Let's
Control, accept, deny. Okay. There we go. I think I got it.
There we go. Let's see if we can add Craig in here. Oh, I have to be friends with Craig too. Okay. That's weird. Normally I just always have the TPN group open and we do that. So let me not do this. Craig Bobby, add
full
friends.
screen. All right.
There we go. I just sent Craig. You gotta accept the friend request, and then once he does that, I'll add him in. Yeah, man. How you doing, Scott?
Sounds good. Good. How are you doing?
Dude, life is good. Life is good.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Everybody can hear Scott, right?
Yes, I hope everyone can hear me. I was double hearing myself when I had your stream on still, so I think it probably is going through. I have in front of me a gift a good friend of mine sent me.
Oh yeah.
It's it's really great. Actually, the friend is actually in your chat right now.
Oh, let me see if
yeah.
we can...
So I'll give you a hint. It's some of this.
What do we got? I'm sorry. Oh, it's Flarp. I guarantee it's Flarp.
Yeah, could you not hear that?
I didn't hear it. No.
One.
Let me see if I. Let me get Craig in here. I don't want to hang him up.
What a day.
All right. Craig,
let's try. Again, Bex. Oh, hey. Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
There it goes.
Craig, you in? There we go. Craig, you in?
Yes, I am in.
All right. I think we hear everybody now.
Sound there. There we go.
Cool.
I can mute your stream, Craig, because I can hear your stream.
There you go.
There we go. Everybody hears Scott and Craig. Yes.
What's happening, Scott?
We're good. Craig, how are you? I have not seen you in a long time.
Yeah, doing good.
Usually I see you in VR randomly.
That's right. Your name comes up saying he is now logged in.
All right, so we got 20 viewers. So anybody that's viewing right now, if you hear some random people talking that aren't me, I think that's right. Yeah, it's Craig Bobby, the one, the only, and we got Scott Denisi, the creator of this game. So any chat, any questions you've got,
And ask me some weird questions about it, and I'll try to make up some weird answers.
But I'll tell you, hey Scott, what about this hat, huh? Look at that.
Dude, that hat is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, those patches, dude. I am putting those on some of my work shirts. So
awesome,
I'm just trying to lay it out.
Now, where did you get those, Joel?
I made them.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so Scott hooked me up with the art, and I put it together to make sense for a patch size, and then I sent it to an Etsy store that makes leather patches. And so I had 2 patches made sent to Scott, and then I had a hat made with the other patch. So that's I don't.
You got to put that on the Pinball Swag website.
No, if nobody's making money off TNA but Scott. I'm not. Yeah.
Come on.
Nah. But I have had people ask. They're like, dude,
Scott would get a cut of the profits. Scott would get it that.
Oh man, I don't. It gets nasty. It's weird. I actually don't own that artwork.
Yeah, I mean, I would never sell it, but George, don't panic flip. He's putting together like a jean jacket kind of thing. On location, Pinball Pod. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Appreciate it. They just asked Scott. They said, any news on 2.0? Is that confirmed yet?
I can tell you some things on the 2.0.
Go for it. Yeah.
I think it's mostly. I think I've been telling people this already though, so it's kind of like old news. I am working on a software update, which will run on both the 2.0 machines and the old 1.0 machines. That one is that update's not. It's not gonna be like insanely crazy, like all different, but it's definitely gonna be, just another update with some more features and other cool stuff. And I'm just gonna continue to screw software, because I can't help myself. I got problems.
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier. Like, it is very clear that this is such a passion project for you that I don't know if you'll ever be done, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that as an owner.
Well, I've said this a few times. Like, yeah, it's a passion project for sure, but I also I owe it to the people that actually bought the game to help keep supporting it and keep it fresh, because they put a lot of trust in myself and in Spooky Pinball. Buying this game from someone who's never designed a game before, someone who's never, I've never really done too much in pinball at that point, right? And nothing major like this. It's kind of risky buying something with no ramps on it, no license.
Well, we were talking about that earlier because we had a conversation about, we were talking P3 and, if they could get a license, and why are so many manufacturers out there like gambling with no license? When having a license, it helps so much, and unfortunately, like, this game is kind of contradicts what we're saying.
It is. Yeah. Well, it does, because it kind of made itself into a license.
Yeah.
Like it became something that in the pinball community people recognize that license now.
Well,
but at the beginning it wasn't, and it wasn't really well received, honestly. It took a long time. It was a lot of work for me to bring that to shows and put it in front of a ton of people.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, on location Pinball Pod, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Slacker's pointing out that I could add ramps to this game. So
you could, yeah, you definitely, absolutely could add ramps to it.
Yeah. But no, I was telling you, I don't know if you're aware, but the next P3 module, there's already more hype for that module than any of the other modules. And Scott, obviously, it's because your name is attached to it, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's got to be.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not doing a ton on it. Like, I didn't have, I'm not doing like a ton of other stuff on it. Like, I'm just randomly helping them with as much as I can with everything on it. It's just a fun thing. I wanna check it out.
Yeah. Scott told this is Jordan.
Yeah.
Scott told
Jerry. Yeah.
Jerry to loan me one. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's not far, dude. Like, Jerry is not far from Jordan.
He said 15 minutes.
Jordan's already asked, and I don't know why Jerry wouldn't just let him come to the facility and do it.
Jerry said, "Why are you
he
stalking me,
would.
Jordan? Stop stalking me."
I'm sure he probably would. He was probably just like busy when you asked him stuff. Like, he's a really busy dude.
Or have Becca ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's funny. But what else about the 2.0? The 2.0 thing is super interesting because it's going to be in the same cabinet, right? This is something that people get confused all the time. Same cabinet, except it's going to have the flip-down LCD panel that Rick and Morty has. So that thing that holds the display, so it'll flip down for easy access into the back box. But still going to have the retro cabinet, which is cool.
So really, it's the exact same except for instead of the wooden panel that lifts and pulls. So it's just yeah, that would be nice. That would definitely be nice.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
I told you.
Throw on.
I told you though, Scott. If you add one single light that is not in this game, I feel like I'm gonna have to sell it just to upgrade for that one light.
No, man, it's gonna come with lit drops from the factory though.
I already got them. They're so pretty.
So it's like, I'm trying to keep it as like keep them from doing something that's like not really bolt on. You know what I mean? Like I can't have them putting stuff on the game that's like, you know, that you couldn't put on a 1.0 game. You know, I just don't want to destroy the value of the early production games. You know.
And I respect the heck out of that.
It's not fair. Yeah.
I love the ramps on TNA 2.0. Great upgrade. This is Kaz.
Yeah.
Brian Cosner is friends.
Of course, Kaz.
He's friends with the guy who's doing it, so which is hilarious. But, jeez. I don't want to talk about it, man. I don't want to talk about that. Those ramps.
It's all good. I had spoken about it on a podcast, and I was a little bit harsh about it. And I actually sent the guy an apology because I was like, you know, after listening back through it, I was like, you know, I don't usually like talk harshly about stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes it gets late. So
I get it.
I gave him an apology. He was totally cool with it. He was like, I get it. I understand.
Oh,
keep doing your thing, man.
I mean, I understand that, like, yeah, this is your
hardware hacking. It's cool.
Yeah. I get it.
And
I just
I
don't know. To each their own, you know. But I just don't. I mean, that guy does what he wants, but I can't agree with it. Like, I don't understand it, but
I wouldn't put a giant whale tail on the back of a Honda Civic either, but you know, a lot of people do it. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will tell you, Scott, I listened to your podcast with I forget who it was. Was it Flipping and Mashing, or I don't remember who it was, but you spent a lot of the podcast talking about your car, and I learned so much about right-handed drive cars in the U.S. that I was not prepared for that day that I listened to that podcast.
There's more than that, man.
Yeah, you talked about, I mean, the fact that you drive a car.
Like, the details.
But
the fact about the detail I went to, but I don't know.
Because you were talking about your transmission and so many other stuff, and it's like, the fact that you drive a car that at any moment you have so many parts that if they break, you're done. Like, that's so scary to me. Like, so intimidating, but...
Well, it is definitely scary. It's it just, you know, I just drive it because, like, what am I gonna do? Like, just die with this car in my possession?
Yeah.
You know, it will be broken before I die. Like, that's you know.
As it should, right?
Yes, it should. Yeah, I should wear it out. Just like our bodies. Our bodies should be worn out too by the time we're done. You know.
And what kind of car is it, Scott?
It's a 1995 Mitsubishi Evolution.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of the early Evos. Yeah, so they only made them in right-hand drive for Japan. Yeah.
But I had
Most
not...
of them were messed up. But.
I had not thought about drive-thrus. I had not thought about, you know, you're saying the turn signal is on the other side. You know, that's crazy. The idea that you can't go through a drive-thru, toll booth. Yeah. You can't go through.
No, you can't do it.
That's
turn signal. You're flipping on your windshield wipers
that.
all the time. I mean, that's crazy.
It's hilarious. Yeah, if you ever see me driving that car anywhere to like a show or something like that, and you see my windshield wipers turn on a nice sunny day, you can laugh at me all day. Just definitely make fun of me.
Jordan said, "Take it off some sweet jumps."
That's right. Totally.
Yesterday I learned they don't make a Hot Wheels of that car. Interesting.
No, I'm really upset about that and bummed. It's it kind of stinks. Yeah. Oh yeah, the new Evos, the 2003 plus Evos that came to the United States. Those are fun. I used to have a 2006 Evo, which is why I saw the 3 come available. And I'm like, dude, I love it. It's such a. If you guys don't know what it looks like, you should look it up. Just like just type in Mitsubishi Evolution 3 or a 1995 Evolution, and it'll come up. It's so 90s, it's ridiculous.
But will it fit a pin? That's the
Absolutely
question.
Not.
Absolutely not. Has your wife driven it?
No, she can't. She I don't think she's strong enough to push the clutch down, and she doesn't really know how to drive the manual.
Yeah.
There it is.
Whoa, Jedi McMuffin. Tommy, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for the sub, man. That's 9 months, man. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate you, man. Tommy, Jedi McMuffin here, Scott. He's got a TNA. He borrowed one. He was renting one.
Yeah.
Gave it back, and I think he realized after a few months he made a mistake. And he bought one.
Actually, I talked to him in Discord, actually. About
good.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, Tommy's a good guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he has a score bit, so he's my score bit came the other day. I haven't had a chance to install it yet, but he's
It's all good. They found a bug in the TNA score bit code, so the
whose fault is that?
2v2. It's my fault. The
Of course it is. Yeah, I know.
yeah. It's the player the co-op mode 2v2 doesn't show up properly on the score bit.
Garbage.
Which is it's just crap.
Send it back.
Just demand their money back for
let's go back to that you feel the need to support, people take a chance on you, Scott, clearly.
Yeah, I know, all right. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. So the question, will the P3 module with your music in it, are you going to release a cassette version of the music? Just to keep...
Dude, I cannot even talk about what's going on with that right now.
Because I don't have, I need to, I don't have a cassette. I don't actually have a cassette.
You don't have a
player.
cassette?
No, I thought about, when I had a chance to buy one, I was like, oh, that would be pretty neat. And then I was like, I don't even have a cassette player. But now, I realize,
it's the thing that goes with the game.
I know. Now I feel like, it didn't come with the game, right?
No, it doesn't. It does not come with a game. It was just a separate thing.
I saw so you have a jukebox in your house that plays cassettes? Is that what I saw?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh,
Nice.
dude, this is the coolest thing. So
Wow.
I think it was the only one, I think it was the only jukebox that was made to play something called Cassingles. They're called Cassingles. So basically, it's got two, the thing is totally over-engineered, like insanely over-engineered. It's got two playheads in it, like two complete, like if you were to take a Walkman and rip the door off a Walkman, right? It's got two of those in there, and what it does is it's got a carousel inside. It has tapes loaded in the carousel. It pulls the tapes out, it sticks them onto one cassette player, right? Plays the one side. When that side's done, it pulls it off that cassette player and sticks it on the other complete mechanism and plays the other side. And then when it plays both sides, it's rewound. It doesn't have to rewind it because it played both sides, and then it puts it back.
Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah. But
I'm just looking at images of it right now.
It's awesome. So it is so cool, and it's my buddy found it. Brian Kelly found it for me in Minnesota.
So
and,
is that one of the main reasons you released the TNA music on cassette? It's just so you could...
No, because it was from the 80s. I've always wanted... I love cassettes. Well,
That's
I had
awesome.
a Fiero for a while, and I had the... I restored it back to stock, so it had the stock head unit in it and only had a cassette player.
Yeah.
So I started collecting cassettes. I actually have a crap ton of cassettes sitting down here. I started collecting cassettes, and then I got all into that. Then the jukebox came over.
That's
Who
pretty
makes that jukebox? Who's the manufacturer?
Wurlitzer. Yeah, Wurlitzer.
It is Wurlitzer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That I saw you post that, and I was like, that's pretty sick.
Isn't
Jedi, Jedi, I just sent you a friend request on Discord if you want to hop on the mic. I know you probably have plenty of questions for game. Yes, thank you for the kind of help. You fired up my TNA as well. Yeah, will there be an option on the 2.0 code to switch back and forth between OG code and 2.0 code? On Location Pinball Podcast, I think it's not like a totally new rule set, right?
It's not.
Yeah.
I didn't want to call it 2.0. I wanted to call it a TNA remake or TNA Run 2.
Okay.
Because when someone calls it 2.0, that's assuming that it's the software is completely rewritten to be something else.
Yeah.
The TNA second run, right, is just a second run of TNA with slight upgrades already included in it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm doing is I'm just putting out a decently large code update at the same time. That's backward compatible. It's the same exact game. It's just got some extra little stuff sprinkled in it.
So Jordan,
Some bug fixes.
Jordan's wondering, would it be frowned upon if he took a Rick ship if he attached a Rick and Morty ship to his TNA playfield? Would you be upset about that?
No, why would I be upset about that?
TNA on mini disc needs to happen. Stu, Bloody Cactus. That's what. We need it on all media types.
Player anymore.
Can you stop draining, Joel, please? It's really bugging me.
I'm trying my best here.
He's trying to super secret skill shot. I keep seeing that.
Dude, it's the only way to plunge, man. You gotta let it go.
Yeah, all the time.
What I love is when you look just at the wrong time and you flip up too early and you just, just drain. Just straight drain at the beginning.
Amazing.
Can you mod a TNA to have a cassette player in the coin door? I bet you can. Why not?
Sure, do it.
Why not? I used to work at Camelot in the 90s while in college. I have a lot of cassette singles. That's pretty...
Yeah, singles. All right.
Yeah. Cause, just box them up and ship them. Yeah.
What's funny is I've got the full out just cassettes in there. I posted a picture on Instagram actually recently where I was like, there was some really like obscure crap in there. That I just was kind of like just seeing if anyone could figure it out. Yeah, I mean those are full out like holding cassettes that are in there. So it's kind of fun.
If it's made for singles, does it have any issues with a full cassette or no?
No, it just plays until it stops.
So when you pick your one song, you're actually picking an entire side.
You're picking you're not picking the whole side. You're picking the entire like cassette.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like when you play that. When you pick, like, if you look at the picture or like the buttons, it just has buttons for each individual cassette.
Let's get a good game. Totaler.
It's the one I'm looking at is a pretty small unit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that big.
Small. It's short for sure. Yeah, it's little.
Yeah.
It's a little guy. I think it's only, how many cassettes are in there? 10? Yeah, I think 10.
Yeah, not many.
Yeah, On Location saying they're thinking like Fathom 2.0 code, having like a whole new frame.
Yeah.
No, this is...
that's a whole different deal, yeah.
Yeah, this is Jordan saying you should have called it Totaler Nuclear, and I don't know.
Just Totaler Nuclear Annihilation would be like a different game, different layout.
Totaler, yeah.
Probably have ramps on it.
Probably, yeah. Scott, you're an audio guy. Do you listen to Apple Music at all, or are you not at all?
I don't. I actually, when I'm listening to music, I use Google Music or YouTube. It's called YouTube Music, actually.
So last night I opened up my phone. I have Apple Music, and Apple just released. They just released their spatial audio using Dolby Atmos spatial audio. So I was listening to it today, and I mean, you can tell they're just messing around with, I don't know how they're doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it because it definitely sounds like there's a song that they played, and they're like, here it is in mono and then in stereo, but then boom, this kicks in, and it truly feels like the bass is like further behind you, and the vocal, like, I don't know how they're doing it, but it's pretty cool.
It's called stereo separation. It's actually it's a well-known thing. It's just stereo separation is all they're doing. But what it actually does is it will if you have, let's just say you've got like a large PA system and you're trying to run that stereo separation stuff on there, it's gonna screw up all the bass. The bass is gonna get very muddy.
Okay.
And it's gonna make that like it makes the room sound very strange when it's actually in the room. But in your headphones, it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Because they're very clear that they want you to have headphones.
Yeah.
But I was listening to some songs today, and it's I'm impressed because they're taking like obviously songs that have already been released, and then somebody's going in and really, I don't know. I'd be really curious what software or how they're tweaking
the plugin. I actually have a plugin that does it. I can do that like when on my next stream or something like that. I'll pull a stereo separation plugin and I'll just max it out.
Oh.
And I'll show exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
And I'll show you why you don't do it. Like when I'm mastering, I think I have a VOD up now that when I was mastering some audio for the new album I'm putting out. But I actually use stereo separation on different frequency groups. So it's very interesting. If you got to use it sparingly.
Yeah. On Location.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it's just a bit of a fad or if it starts to take off. Where artists release kind of two versions of their songs.
Yeah, well, I think it just depends too, because if you mastered your song already with a bunch of stereo separation in it and they push it even further, it's gonna probably sound like crap.
Like, yeah.
Well, I know Apple is releasing. They're apparently, if if you're an Apple Music customer, oh my god, everything just fell apart. They're releasing lossless or close to loss. So they're trying to advertise that they're going to be, but I understand there's limitations there. Like, just because it's at a higher bit rate doesn't mean you'll hear it unless you have the appropriate, stuff to do it. So I don't know. Well, they also up to lossless.
Honestly, well, I'll tell you what. Like, I've been listening to vinyl since late '90s.
Yeah.
And I seriously couldn't tell the difference if someone put a vinyl on, and it was a brand new vinyl with no scratches on it, and then played me a song off Spotify or something. You really, that's a bad example. Spotify's got real bad artifacts, but if you just played like a good quality MP3, it would be almost impossible to tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and somebody out there saying, well, it's probably because you're not using good enough headphones, or you're probably like. But to me,
well, someone will argue it. They'll argue it, and they'll be like,
Yeah, I get it. I just, I was just surprised by it. That's all. I would say, hear the song and to hear them changing, and it's like, there's only 2 speakers in my headphones. That's the thing. It's like there's only 2 drivers in my headphones. So how are they getting this? So I don't know. I was impressed. There's some really smart people out there.
There is, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's just, for me, what I understand about stereo separation is that it delays the different frequencies different ways, and it makes it just feel like you're in a huge space, and it moves them apart from each other.
Jordan, I was thinking of a pen idea last night called the bass cannon that has a sealed box in the lower cab with 3 10-inch subs and basically taking a ton of dubstep to make the boomers mad at conventions. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, people were really mad at me at conventions.
Really?
When I brought that TNA Whitewood around. Yeah. Because the game was so loud and people kept wanting it to be louder and like turning it up and stuff.
And then it would drown out other games around, probably.
It would, absolutely.
Yeah.
It had a 300-watt subwoofer in it, in an actual bandpass box.
Wow.
And that the highs, I think, are running about 100 watts a piece. But you could, like, that Whitewood that still exists today, somewhere, is really powerful.
Quite the machine. Yeah.
Well, it worked.
It's nowhere near. Yeah, it's nowhere near what the production machines can do. Like,
it was quite a good. It helped sell the game for sure.
It helped sell it. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and the production games did come with really good audio.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very happy.
Very, very happy with that.
I feel bad that I can't turn it up more, if that makes sense. Jordan said he's not one of the smart people out there. I don't know about it. I basically just want to make a pin louder than Scott's. Jordan, I believe you. I bet you could do it. I bet you could make that pin.
You totally could, Jordan.
Yeah.
Do it.
Didn't Deeproot have a bass cannon with ports aimed at your crotch? the upward firing. Yeah. I want to slap a D-class amp pushing a more well-sealed sub for TNA.
Funny thing is, that's a Class D amplifier in there already.
But it's the more sealed. That's what he
The more sealed, yeah, that's a big key. So some of those boxes that are in TNA aren't totally sealed, and you can hear the air coming out of them sometimes.
Start reactor.
What I did was I took mine, I unscrewed it, and then put like a crap ton of silicone sealant underneath it, and then just slammed it back down in there, knowing that I'm never gonna open that box ever again.
Jordan's saying he doesn't believe it. A real Class D.
Class D.
Yeah. I know that laugh.
Class D 2.0.
Jedi's here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm just staring at the light show on my own TNA.
It's a lot more
I have to
fun
go
to
on mute to play it. It's a bit of a noisy table.
I was going to say, it's a lot more fun to play it, But the light show is pretty great. Yeah.
Jordan, I think you should put like a real car audio system like I did with the Whitewood. It was a 600 watt amplifier that I had to like turn down to 300 watts because I kept blowing subwoofers.
That's absurd.
Well, I had to call Kicker one time. Like I bought a 600 watt sub and a 600 watt amplifier from Kicker, and I was like, I put it in and I turned the amp like 80%. you know, and just cranked it up and see how loud it would go, and I smoked the subwoofer, and I was like, oh, that's not good.
Oh, wow.
So took that apart, contacted them, they sent me another one, and then I heated that one up until it smelled a little bit, and I just I turned it back down again, and I called their support, and they walked me through a bunch of crap, and they told me basically like my audio was very compressed. So it was just pushing the amp way too hard, and it was just blowing the crap out of the speaker.
That's kind of nuts. Jedi, I don't know. So Jedi was streaming the other day, and his shaker motor is literally like shaking. He has an HDMI splitter in the back box to capture it, and it anytime that would kick in, it would literally shake his HDMI, so his camera kept going out, which tells you a lot about the shaker motor in this game, which is pretty amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so it's cool. Right now, your shaker motor is running. It's actually not running at full speed, which is really interesting. Like right now, when the reactor's critical like that, it's running at like 40% or 30% speed.
So great.
So it just shakes, but it doesn't it's like unnerving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's.
I've always loved how coordinated the shaker is in the game. Like it's very
fantastic.
intentional. I've noticed. Yeah.
Because
what's funny is I never had one in here. In the Whitewood, never had a shaker in it.
Oh man!
I didn't start programming the shaker until I had my production game in my hands.
Well, just the fact that you have it connected to the pop, and then the fact that you have it connected to Super Spinner. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, Scott. Yeah.
Something.
Go ahead.
The spinner thing was something that I got the idea from Tron actually. So.
Oh, it shakes on the spinner?
It shakes on the spinner. It shakes on every switch. So it doesn't. It's not meant to be like just for the spinner, but it just every switch hit on Zeus shakes the spinner.
Oh, neat.
Just like a little bit. So I was like, oh, that's so cool on the spinner, and I'm like, well, I'm just I got to do that.
Well, that's what I messaged you about it because I was watching Chuck Wirt, and he was playing Big Game, and he had a special ROM in his game that the little tiny display that shows how many balls to go or what ball you're on, that ROM, every time you'd rip the spinner, it would count how many spins you have, and then it would just quickly flash right there on the display. Like that rip was a 66 spin rip, and it would just flash it for a second and then turn off. And for whatever reason, that was so cool. Like that was so. And I told you, I was like, dude, you gotta add that. You gotta add that to this game.
Yeah, it's on my list of like maybe stuff to add.
Yeah.
So I actually did write that down.
And I don't know why. Just because that would be a fun.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's neat. And,
Yeah.
I mean, what you do is the trick is you. I don't know if you guys have this or not, but there's this stuff called Super Lube.
Oh yeah.
That comes in like a little like vial thing, and then you can you put that on the contact points of your spinner, like the two places where the wire touches the little bracket.
Yeah.
And that spinner on TNA would just rip.
Would fly.
Yeah, I have done that, and I did it on Stranger Things and Deadpool immediately thereafter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, I'll try that on my Avengers.
Oh, it's a huge improvement. Like a tiny little drop. A tiny little drop.
Yeah. But it's the only thing you should ever put oil on in your entire pinball machine. That's it. Don't put that anywhere else.
I used DuPont's Teflon lubricant that I used to use on my motorcycle chains. That's what I used because it doesn't collect dirt. And I figure if you can take 50,000 miles of motorcycle wear, it can
for sure.
spinner on a pinball machine. So
Scott,
that seemed to work pretty well. I imagine it'll wear off a little quicker than what you mentioned, but it definitely made a big difference. I remember the first time I hit it, I was just like, well, okay, that's different. I like that.
Scott Hypercoaster, which is Tommy, he was asking, does Pinball Life have a clear drop kit? You haven't put anything, like I know there's links for everything.
We're not making a kit.
You're not gonna
we're not making a kit for it because
Okay.
it's not an easy install, and a lot of people it'll just be a support nightmare if we made a kit. So basically what I did was I said, here's the stuff you need, like you guys go for it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, you just get all the parts separate. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's on my to-do list.
Oh, it's awesome. It's
It was
amazing
one of
how.
the first things
Totally
I
worth
think
it.
I watched you do, Joel, on your stream. Like
Yeah.
I watched you play Fast Break, and then I think your second or third stream was installing that, and I watched you do it. For like,
Stand by for extra
I don't know if you know this, Scott, but sometimes when you hit these middle targets, it just shoots the ball right down the middle, and I don't know why that
It's supposed
is.
to. Well, look at the geometry
I
of
know,
it.
I know. It's just, yeah,
It's aimed at the out lane. If you shoot it from the left flipper, it should go toward the right out lane, and if you shoot it from the right flipper, it should go down the middle.
I know. It's so tempting. Kaz, thank you for the bits. I bet you're already gone, but appreciate you, Kaz. Thanks for being here tonight. Opto spinners, that would be absurd. Opto
Opto spinners are okay.
Yeah.
I personally don't like the way they look because there's a lot of like stuff on top of them. But I don't know. Stern used them on Beetles, and I don't recall any other games that they used them on. I think they went back to the regular spinners.
Jurassic Park doesn't have an opto spinner at the. Is the Raptor an
don't think
opto
so.
spinner?
no, it's mechanical. It's
Yeah, I think they only did it on Beetles.
Balls
They're
in.
just
Okay.
trying it out, I guess.
I mean, it got a lot of love. There was a lot of people that,
Oh, yeah.
that liked it. But,
Yeah, it ripped.
yeah. Zeppelin Premium. Oh, it does the.
Oh, that's got an opto spinner in
I
it?
was gonna say,
That would make sense. Is it? You're saying it is an opto spinner? Is it bigger? Like, is the hardware
It's
bigger?
just, well, it has like wires and crap on top.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it just doesn't look great to me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of complicated. Like this one right here, like if something goes wrong with that spinner right there on your game, like
Oh yeah.
all of
Easy.
us know how to fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jordan mentioned the clear stickers on those.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that sticker kit from a guy a long time. Well, it's the same sticker kit as all these, like the radio. Do you think? I'm assuming. Do you think you'd add stickers like that in the 2.0 version?
I'm not sure because the guy that made those, you don't want to like rip anyone off, you know?
Yeah.
So you might just leave it, like have the guy just
Sell
make
them.
himself a again.
Yeah,
You know,
that's fair.
I don't like taking stuff from people. Like,
That's fair. But yeah, I saved those. I don't know why I had never put them on the drops.
Reactor.
And then the moment I saw that you did the clear drops, I was like, dude, I'm cutting out. And I did. You can kind of see them on my clear drops in this picture. But like I cut out the little symbols and stuck them on. But yeah, I love it. I love it.
Jordan also said someone said that TNA was kind of like Dolly Parton a little bit. And the reason the reason people think that is because I had a Dolly Parton cabinet that I used to put I built the TNA Whitewood in, and also there's inline drop targets.
And Dolly? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this layout, like you could look at a bunch of different stuff and
I see a
like,
bloody cactus. Sorry,
and
Scott.
see like all sorts of like I don't know, all sorts of similarities. I mean, because everything in pinball has been done already. You know, like
Not a pin bar.
It's just
Reactor value now.
not a pin bar, yeah, but you know, some stuff.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Nah. You're right
You know,
though. With geometry, it's
Yeah, it's all basically the same crap. I mean, you could say, hey, those inline drops are from Dolly Parton. That center bank thing is from Dracula. The upper playfield is from, I don't know. You know, you could find
Yeah.
something.
the
Like
drop
putting
channels,
a pop bumper in a weird spot like that is like, you know, the old Gottlieb games like Panthera or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the best pop bumper though. Like,
Yeah, I love that placement of that pop bumper. It's a very good use of that piece of machinery.
did you ever have it? I don't know. Like, I feel like like you must have had an amazing aha moment. Like when you first put it in there and the first time it just screwed you over. I mean, you must have just been like, "That's it." Like I am.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely. Yep.
that's such a great. I was saying that earlier before you hopped on. There's no other pop bumper that I can think of in any game that I actually care about. And like, there's no reason to care about one. They're always
'Cause
tucked in the
they're
back.
boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've owned Jurassic Park, Deadpool, Stranger Things, and I rented Black Knight and Iron Maiden, and I can tell you I could care less what those pump bumpers
Yeah.
are doing in those games.
Mhm.
Like I don't pay attention whatsoever. I mean, Jurassic Park, you have to do that smart missile shot through the pop bumpers, and I think Iron Maiden has a similar harder shot from right flipper to left side, but Other than that, it doesn't matter that they're pump uppers. They're just things in my way to make the shot. So
yeah, they take forever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you've played Avatar, but Avatar was like the first modern game I had. And when you plunge, it plunges straight up into the pops, and they're in the middle of the game. And so you're like, you start a game, and you're like, plunge. It goes up there, and it's like, bop, 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 bop. And you're just like waiting and waiting and waiting to play the game. And then it'll finally come out, and they had to give an aftermarket fix of this little spring arm. Because normally it would do that, and then by the time, so it would kill your ball save. Because it would be up there the whole time, and then it would like kick the ball, and the ball would go right down the middle. So they added this little spring so that it would roll, and the spring would cause it to go a little bit to the left. But it was like there was no reason to have a ball save because you would just plunge and wait for your ball to finally come down and play. Avengers. Next time you play it, I don't know. Somebody likes it. Spanish Eyes, yeah. Jordan had a good part. The single pop bumper in the in Spanish Eyes, that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Wind Raider's like, hey, is that your unique? They're putting a pop bumper in a unique location. Is that a design, like a signature design element?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what the future has for me, but I guess so far.
Yeah.
And TNA. So
Rick and Morty had one as well.
Rick and Morty's is
right here.
Totally insane.
Yeah, Rick and Morty's down at the Sling.
I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
I do like in Avengers when you're playing the Space Jam quest.
There you go.
And you slam it up the right-hand side or the left-hand orbit, and when you're playing that Space Jam thing, Jerry Thompson put a very cool sound effect on those pop bumpers when you get in there, and it's wild. He put like a flanger effect on it or something like that, and it's like wow 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 wow. It's hilarious.
All right.
It's supposed to be like Captain Marvel, kind of, using her effect in there.
Craig, listen to this. You ready?
Oh, he knows the secret.
Oh yeah. Listen.
Dude, it puts the exclamation points in. Do you notice that?
I know. Did you hear that?
Wow.
It yells Lion Man, but it adds an exclamation point.
That's so you see like the last game played or whatever you just got. I don't know what you just
fourth high
there,
score.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off actually at
right there. Well,
right
yeah.
now. I gotta get to bed before I turn into a pumpkin.
Craig, did you already have your cereal tonight?
I had my cereal. It was Captain Crunch tonight with a few blueberries just to try and get a little healthy.
Well, no cuts in your mouth with the.
I think
Crunch?
I built up a layer now because I've been eating them so much. Like the first few nights for sure, I had the mouth pain, but now I don't feel it anymore. So it's like I think I've built up an immunity. I don't know.
From cereal, yeah. I'm happy for you, man.
Cereal immunity.
Yeah, Craig. It seems like he's had a bowl of cereal every time he hops on. I think it's great, but
it's gotten worse. I'm now
Craig's
addicted
got
to
the
sugar
mouth
cereals. Oh, it's bad.
You got the mouth calluses.
It's hard to get off this stuff once you get on it.
Yeah.
It's shocking, actually.
Well, Craig, I appreciate it, man.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Joel. Great chatting there, Scott.
Talking.
Yeah,
good chatting. That was fun.
Yeah, see you, buddy.
Okay. Chat soon. See you, chat. See you, Jordan.
Steve, top tier. One game in our tournament that advanced players hate because there's no control. This game? Yeah, this game is... I mean, you can play it smart, but that guy, man, that guy's
you can
there.
play. Well, you have to when you're playing this game in a tournament, you have to never, ever shoot the center targets without either a ball save running or a multi-ball running.
Yeah, and I do it.
You will lose it.
I do it all the time, and it's so annoying because you look at it and you're like, it's only one more. Like I only need one more. It's like
you only need that. Yeah,
I only need that one.
hit.
So like, let me
but
just.
as soon as you go for it, it's like
It's brilliant. But it's funny because because of the angle they're at, there are instances where you can get away with it. But like
he's talking about Spanish Ice. He's talking about Spanish Ice for the tournament stuff.
Oh, Spanish Ice, got it.
Yeah.
But like when I had Stranger Things has 4 drops that are 90 degrees, like just straight.
Oh yeah.
Like those, it's like no, there is zero chance. Zero. You don't ever do it. Like.
Yeah.
I just ignore them, and that's why I've struggled when folks compare Stranger Things with Attack from Mars, because I mean that mechanic is the same, but you can generally ignore the center target on Stranger Things and play modes. Like I don't really I just kind of let the Demogorgon modes happen when they happen. I don't really make a point to go after them.
Yeah.
So Scott, here's a random question for you. We were talking. So I was streaming Deadpool the other night, and first off, there are a few things that I like about Deadpool, but one is there's 2 spinners. I like spinners all day, man. Like spinners are so great. But the snicked shot, you know what I'm talking about? The snick shot.
Is that the one that goes left and then right?
So the main,
not the katana ramp.
The katana ramp is you hit. There's a shot right about here, and it curves around a wire form. Then it goes across, and it goes up a ramp, and then back around. Well, that ramp, there's a shot. It's an actual target that's right here, and if you hit that directly from the left flipper, and you hit it just right, it'll bounce off that target and then ricochet up the ramp. And
Nice.
it's the snick shot, so you have to ricochet it up a ramp. I don't know. To me, that's brilliant. Like the idea
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
it's a cool concept of. So what? Now that I'm looking at these targets and these targets are very different. What's the like? Are these harder? These are like a harder plastic. What's the thought there?
Oh, it's just a 3D. It's just a different style target. I wanted to give the game a little bit of I don't know, just a little depth, I guess.
Okay.
And so I put those 3D targets on there. I thought they looked cool.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason. I thought it looked cool.
Sure. But I just thought as a game designer like yourself, the idea of designing a target, like designing a shot, and it's a critical shot in the game too because it's your multiplier, but a ricochet, like you have to ricochet it. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty...
Well, you can't... I don't know. I'm not totally convinced that was done on purpose.
Well,
it might have been done... It might have been discovered later and then added to the software.
Yeah.
Because you normally wouldn't... You normally would not design something like that because it would not be a reliable shot.
Yep. I totally agree. I mean, George Gomez
It's not. As the flipper power fades when your coils get hot, it becomes harder and harder to hit.
Yeah.
And the darn target moves over time. The more you pound on it, the more it slides towards the guide behind it.
Yeah, you can see too. Like if you don't hit those, like if you watch him hit watch him hit center targets on this game, you'll notice that they don't always ricochet off exactly how the geometry has. How I've done that, right? They're catching like an edge of the target, so it puts it off a different direction. So a target is not a reliable ricochet mechanism.
I get it, but that's, George Gomez he's designed a few games, so part of me is like, maybe he did this on purpose, but you're right, it's not reliable, and it's a good thing it's not reliable because otherwise you would just abuse it and be playing with 5 times playfield all the time. But
for sure,
I don't know. It's a clever shot. That's all I can say.
Or you change your name to Raymond and you
Raymond.
You just stay at 5x points multiplier all the time.
Oh man,
kill the target so many times.
It's absurd.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, Snick Shot is God tier. Yeah, Jordan knows. The inner loop to the garage and Rick and Morty is an awesome shot, in my opinion. That's Ramrod.
Oh,
Do you know Ian? Have you ever seen Ian
fun
stream?
combo.
Ramrod is his username.
I don't know.
Yeah, give him a follow. He has a great stream.
Yeah, I'll absolutely do that.
And he has a Rick and Morty and a Deadpool, but he's got a really good... He streams Rick and Morty, and it's a fun time. I mean,
let me hop on there. Yeah, Ramrod's been in my chat and been on my streams a bunch too.
Oh, Ian's the man.
Oh, I'm following. I've been following since August of 2020.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Ian's the man.
Well, there we are. We just haven't caught you yet.
Slacker, the shot is damn near impossible if the target is moved. It is, for sure. Yeah. Chat, has Joel asked Scott about whether or not there will ever be a Denisi Game 3? Hey, Scott, is there ever going to be a Denisi Game 3?
I don't even know, man. I'm doing some audio right now for that multimorphic game that's coming out.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens.
Yeah. No pressure,
I don't really know yet.
No pressure.
I don't know. I mean, sure, I'll probably do something eventually, but not right now. I'm gonna relax for a little bit.
Yeah.
I need to go to some shows and hang out with some people, play some dollar games.
Looking forward to it. Give me that. Yes, thank you.
That'll give you that back for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that destroy. Like as soon as you destroy, you get a 5-second ball save.
And I thoroughly appreciate it. So thank you.
Well, yeah, because the light show, was just way too intense for having a ball in play.
It's But you realize also this scoop, the speed at which it kicks it out is like I feel like everybody wants their scoop to look like that. It's the best. It's also the super secret skill shot to do the schnick. Yeah, the schnick, that's the super secret skill shot in Deadpool is you hold your left flipper, you let it go around, you hit the right orbit, you let it go around again, so it's like whoop, whoop, and then the next time you hit the schnick shot. It's absurd.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How do people even find that?
Well, that's like, what is it, Mike Vinicor? He's one of the guys that, he has some crazy skill shots. So that's the MVX.
So he told people about it.
I don't know.
Because I was like, how did people find out about that it was in
Oh, good question. I don't know.
Yeah. Because it was a long time before anyone found the super secret skill shot in here because I started telling people because I was doing it like
letting it bounce and hit it.
Something, and people are like, what the hell is that cheating crap? You know, because I was getting 1,000 points. Like, I'm like, it's not cheating, it's just a, a hidden skill shot.
See, this is where I get stuck because I'm impatient, so I want to hit those targets.
Yeah.
I also am like so many shots away from getting to another multi-ball.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed right now.
Yeah, this is when I make bad choices. This is when I make bad choices. But that's why this game lasts because it's always
Gosh, I don't even know what I would do here to tell you the truth. If it were me, I'd probably come through the drops. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know.
And then what I would do too is I would try and get through those drops, and if I hit an in lane or anything like that, I'd get it to roll up an in lane. Take that ball save.
Get your ball save. That's something that I don't do enough. I really should. Is utilize purposely use my ball save in an in lane, not in an out lane. Yeah.
Absolutely.
In that scenario, I almost always try and hit the rad targets and then go up top to collect mystery because hoping to clear the locks.
That's a good call too.
I just keep hoping to save the princess, but I haven't done it yet. Get that mystery award.
You're playing the wrong game, man.
Isn't that's one of them? Save the princess. There's a few really great. You have some funny
next player.
Yeah. Wind Raider, what's your thought here? I think it would be interesting if the spinner in this game would add to the ball save timer that would always be counting down. Oh, so he's saying you start high and you have to keep the spinner going to keep. That would be nuts.
that would be pretty crazy.
Oh, I hit that randomly one time and my friend Lecky flipped out. Yeah, if you hit the worst part about your skill shot though is you won't play it any other way. Once you know it, once you hit that shot one time and you let the ball dead bounce over and you hit it with the right flipper, it feels so good that you're like, all right, apparently every single time I plunge from now on, I will always do that. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great.
So now you've got a safe shot. Yeah, so you got a safe shot in those blocks there because that right there, there's plenty of ball save on that to just kick it back because usually that fires it right in the middle for some reason.
That's really useful though, having the ball. I would say your ball save integration is pretty spot on in this game.
Well,
it's
that
fair.
Came from it came from me watching it had to have been thousands of hours of people playing the game. I brought this game to a ton of different shows, and I stood there the whole time, like
a hawk,
answering questions, watching. I was watching, and I watched tons of streams of people, and I could gauge their frustration levels. So I was trying to balance it out a little bit to make it real fair. And I think right where it landed right now is a good balance of brutal but fair.
Yeah. No, it's
if you're screwing up in this game, it's actually your fault.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. If I drain, it's typically because I made a poor decision. It's not. Yeah. It's not like, oh, I just got a power out lane. I don't know.
Yeah.
I get you.
I mean, that's still, but it's
Somebody asked earlier. So George, don't panic flip. He can backhand this left orbit. And he does it all the time. The way he hits up top is backhand. I cannot.
He probably has his flipper set higher.
Okay, so that's what you think. It's from a design standpoint.
Yeah, that's what makes that happen. So, to me, I always want the flipper in here. Your left flipper maybe looks a little low. It's supposed to be collinear with the in lanes. With those lanes.
Yeah, I'll double check them.
It should be if you stuck a ruler on there, it should be that
just
flipper
straight.
rubber should be right in line with that.
Yeah, now that you're thinking it, now you're mentioning
It might be a little bit down, but I've never actually tried the backhand on mine. Though.
Oh, he does it all
Yeah,
like
or-
that is
crazy.
that is his route. If he needs to go up top, it's get the ball to the left flipper and he backhands it up there all the time. I think the correct answer, Joel, is
got barely enough speed to get in there and drops in the core,
Yeah.
probably. You know?
I think the correct answer Joel is looking for is George is cheating. Yep, that's what I wanted to hear. Yeah,
That's kind of what I was saying too. That's kind of what I meant.
Yep. Have you seen? I don't know if you saw it, but don't panic, Flip. He got to Reactor 9.
Himself?
Yeah, by himself. He got to Reactor 9. This was like a month or a month and a half ago, and he started it, and so all he had was his shots left, and the ball was coming down, and he let it. He was gonna drop or do the dead pass or whatever, where he just. And I mean, he does it all the time. I do it all the time, and it looked like it was gonna bounce over all day long, no problem, and it just didn't. It just like.
What it do?
It just barely bounced and just right down the middle. Like the way the ball was coming straight.
It must have been spinning. It must have been spinning. Like
but it was.
crazy.
I felt so like I've watched the replay. I felt so bad for the guy. Like
wow.
ninth
'Cause he
reactor.
was, like, almost there.
Yeah, ninth reactor, and it was just one of those plays you think you do all the time, and it just like that little bounce that you would expect.
But I mean, if you get a spin on that thing, like a sideways spin, that could grab the rubber and just rip down the middle.
It must have done that, and so he's like never like so he replaced the rubbers like, and I don't think he played it for a while just because he was like
he was
heartbroken.
probably really mad at it. Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's not like it was a glitch or any weird like it was just doing a move you're used to doing, and that's pinball,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I do
Already
like
got extra ball lit at that scoop now.
I know, and I love the color, that amber.
Oh yeah,
color.
change it so you know it's extra ball.
Yeah,
So the
I
3
like
is
it.
also flashing orange too. You see that?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Just three will flash orange to tell you that's where the extra ball is, because those extra balls are movable in the settings.
No, don't ever remove those. Yeah.
No,
Jordan-
they're movable. Like you can move them to different reactors.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why it turns orange, so it tells you like, hey, that's what's happening.
Little tiny variations are what make pinball. Yeah, correct. That's what I love. Every time you play pinball, it's different. Top tier, is there a way to avoid the ball going in the scoop at the top part of the playfield if you nudge the ball? Why would you not want it to go in the
No,
scoop?
don't do that, man. There's a when it skips the scoop, there's a geometry, like the geometry of that sends it right toward the middle, man. It's nasty when it rolls over that scoop.
I have
It does
definitely
happen a lot.
had times where you're like, sweet, I just hit it up top, I need to light my reactor, whatever. And if you get enough
Yeah.
speed, it'll
Yeah.
roll right over it, and it's like it's like heartbreaking. It's the worst.
Yeah, and it's the worst too when you're ready to start the reactor or something like that, and it goes down the middle because it skipped over and went right down the center.
Yeah.
Like, and you just, it's the worst. That's why I try to, like, if it's really important that I get in the scoop, like extra balls lit or something,
Yeah.
I usually try to trap up on that upper flipper and then just drop it.
Yes, exactly. Or just slow it down in some way.
Yeah, slow it down,
Yeah.
just hit it, like, just do something to keep it from getting too crazy.
Stay up there.
Like that, how you're nudging that
Yeah.
bottom sling just to get it, keep it away from that area.
I'm very curious. I mean, I know you said it wasn't like when there were rollovers at the top. You said you had to adjust them all the time. But did it mess with the geometry, like the way the ball was bouncing around up there when you had a bunch of rollovers?
Not at all.
No?
No, not at all. No. It's still on the whitewood, so the whitewood has a setting in it that you can turn on the core rollovers. Actually, the settings in the production version too.
I've seen it, yeah.
but there's just no switches for it, so you can't, like, I mean, the switch locations are still there. If you wanted to drill holes in your playfield, you could put them in and turn that setting on. But basically what it does is the slingshots right now advance the reactor, but those slingshots would not advance the reactor anymore, and it would only be the rollovers.
Ooh. That's harder.
It's harder because you have to aim up there on the upper plate.
Oh, where you're aiming at, yeah.
Try to, Yeah, you'd actually have to try to hit those where those inserts are, or the rods, whatever they're.
Did you you didn't draw the art for this, but what?
No.
I still got to put my freaking earplug in because man, my tilt is sensitive.
Yeah, the earplug. Yeah, you absolutely should do the earplugs. Then you can get a little bit. You can do like bigger moves with the game and not worry about it completely tilting you out.
Yeah, that would be very nice. What do we have? Any chance we can get a new mod where the fan in the plastic is an actual RGB fan that spins via the code? There was a guy that talked for a while about doing that, and it never.
Yeah. I even put an extra lamp in there for him, so
Yeah.
he could grab the data he needed, but I don't think it ever worked out.
I bought the extra parts to hook a lamp up to light my scoop, but I know that the light of the scoop, it doesn't work with the show, so I ended up not doing it. Did you ever do that, Scott, or no?
Which thing? Sorry, say it again.
They basically, because you said you coded in the lamp for the fan, but there are people that just added an LED and then attached it to the scoop to light the scoop.
Yeah, they just did that. So basically what it was doing is it was sending, so it's like an RGB LED sends a signal to the actual 3 channels of the LED, right? The red, the green, the blue. So basically what I was doing was I was just turning on, green for, whatever, blue for whatever, and then red for critical or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember what I did now.
Yeah.
It's been so long. But it was just a status indicator at that point. And then what you do is you hook that to like an Arduino or something, and that can read like which channel is on or off, and it can know the status of the reactor instantly.
Which is cool, but it was one of those, like, right now, the thing would be flashing, like, green. And it's like, that doesn't really make sense. I'd almost want it...
It doesn't. Yeah, that means it's, like, ready.
Exactly. I would want it to be, off, and then yellow, and then, that kind of... Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, see, yellow is 2 channels on.
Oh, and they never had that.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense to, like, the Arduino would be like, oh, well, both channels are on. Like, what's the thing? I just tried to make it as easy to code as possible in there, but,
Yeah, for sure. Slacker's saying the one at Logan Arcade would kick it straight down the middle, and that was me trying to flip it over.
The scoop would kick it, huh?
Well, on this, it doesn't matter because the ball set will come on every time it kicks out. Where are the flarp sounds? Yeah.
Oh, I got my Mega Flarp right here, Jordan. Dude, I've been being polite.
Hey, that's another thing. Feel free to add that, Scott. Is if you type in flarp for your name at the end, it's just one big flarp.
Dude, that's a really funny idea.
One big
dude,
flarp.
This Mega Flarp. So, dude, this Mega Flarp that they got me is amazing. It's 1 pound of flarp in a freaking bucket.
Let's hear
the size of a beer glass, dude. This thing is like... This thing is outstanding.
That was... One more.
Alright, hold on. Let me get a good one here. I made that noise and my dog came down to see what was going on.
I laughed so hard I just drained. Thanks.
See, that was a good one. You can get so much more air in there, and then you got like I got like a little flarp here too. Hold on, let me get the little one.
I'm used to the little one, which is just a...
Yeah, the little one. The little one sucks. Listen to this one. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, this one sucks. Oh, okay, that was real good. Actually, hold on. That one was good. That was good from the little one.
Okay.
All right, but it's not as big and beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if my microphone's picking up the bass, but
one it picked up on the one. It was
bassy, huh?
It was bassy. It was good. Yeah. Yeah. Shouldn't blame the tech. Logan's Arcade generally great, but if it needs a little adjustment, when Hot does something differently, hard to watch one of many machines. Yeah. I see what you. I don't know. I don't try to judge how games are set up on location unless like a flipper bat is like drastically lower or something.
Hey, that's fun though. I'll tell you what. Playing location games is a lot of fun when they're broken. I know it sounds stupid, So like when you go there, you have to try to play the game differently to adapt your playing to the broken ass like game.
Good point.
And
yeah.
since you and your friends are both playing the same game, it's just kind of fun. Like I played a Black Knight 2000 that had the left flipper was completely dead, and we would end up playing full games on there, like decent scores. You just kind of adapt, and you don't really need the left flipper in that game. Oh, nice! Hit the drops. See if you can get that ball.
Oh, I did.
Oh, shit, it did it. It did it.
Yeah.
Yep, you got the
Forward.
ball.
That was that's a pretty sick. It's already gone, but that's a pretty sick integration to get your fourth ball.
It's cool, man. Yeah, if that lock messes up and it just like blasts it back, dude, it totally counts it. Because it happened one time and someone was like, oh, the lock cleared itself and it bounced it in there. I should have gotten my Atta-ball. And I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
I should have gotten the Atta-ball. You know what? And sometimes you can blast, like if you hit it square in there, like really, really hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get it to just blast it all the way through and go all the way in.
Reactor
It's just, just kind of happens.
You mean go through all 3 drop targets all the way to the back?
Absolutely. Yep, all the way to the back. Like the back ball will fall into the scoop. If you get it just right. It'll blast through the 3rd drop target and get through. And it just waits. It doesn't try to reset it until all the balls have been cleared.
Yeah, and that wait is actually kind of nice because it almost saves it, a little bit.
Reactor unlocked.
The drops on mine tend to go haywire infrequently. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm sure I saw your comments about the connectors.
Yeah, do the cramps. Get rid of those IDC connectors on the optos.
Optos. I saw you talking about that, and I'm okay. I do.
Yeah,
I mean, I have the
working. Just leave it. But if it's not working, freaking change those connectors out.
I have the credit dot error, and it's because like I get that as soon as you go to like lock a ball, and if the ball's in the way and it pops, it's like a weird fluke thing with the drop target.
What's the error message saying?
The credit dot error? It's something with the optos. I can show you after this game's over.
Yeah, if you just pull that that error report up. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what it's actually saying.
You actually have like useful error logs?
I don't know about useful, but I know what it means when it it's like we'll see in a second. We'll show everybody.
Multiplier increased.
What's cool is it tells you the time and date of the last error as well.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's got like thresholds. Like if it sees error message or like errors like happening every once in a while, it just doesn't care. But if it happens a lot, it throws the credit dot.
I will tell you another.
Look at it.
I think it's a smart play, but you have it where like if I don't hit this target for a while, it'll move because it assumes something's wrong with your target.
Yeah.
And
I have to do that with the center too.
What I think's really funny though is, and it's not funny, it's like humiliating. It's like, no, like as soon as you see it move, you're like, are you kidding me? I've missed it so long that the game thinks it's broken. Like, I don't know, it's kind of a gut check.
It's pretty great, yeah.
Yeah.
It does say, it has a call out too. It says like, what was the call out? Something like, destroy targets, like, I don't know. I forgot. But there's an actual like vocal call out for it.
Reactor
Just to make you feel worse.
Nice. Thank you for.
Look at him taking all the risks.
I know. I went straight. I 3 shots right in the middle, and it worked out.
Man.
But I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
you see, it's kind of risky now. You got to get that. You got to get that over to the left flipper.
Yeah. Let's try that post pass. Yeah,
I almost never go right flipper to scoop. I almost always go up the orbit, let it come through the core and back down. Cause
That's hard. The orbit should be open. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
nice.
I got lucky there.
That's perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
it almost slipped out.
Oh,
though.
it almost slipped.
It almost slipped out. Yeah. As it was going down, I was
You
like,
had your hand. You
I
had your
know.
hands off the game too when you did that.
yeah, that was silly.
That would have been nasty.
so the left orbit gate it changes like as you progress.
Yeah. So if that pink deltatron is rotating, like they are on both orbits, it will catch the ball up top. If they're not lit, it will not catch the ball and let it go all the way around.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
okay.
anybody who's watching, yeah.
I-
So this right here, the fact that that's moving and that's moving means you hit the orbit, it'll stop. But what you'll see is once you get past 3, only one side is lit at any time. And that's how
it
you can
rotates
tell.
based on slingshots and pop-uppers.
That's how you can tell whether or not you're gonna get lucky and it'll stop your ball. See there, it just slipped out.
There it is. Yeah, Oh, and you're on reactor 3 now, so the D target's
It's always
fair
the D,
game.
man.
It's always the D.
It's always the D.
Well, this game is training me to controllably hit orbits. Because I played this pretty much just TNA since I got it, right? And I went back to Deadpool, and I'm like, wow, I can destroy these orbits now. Like, I wonder what happened there, and then I realized, like, oh, I was forcing myself to learn to hit orbits much better.
Orbits are, I mean, if you think about it, if you put somebody random in front of a pinball machine, whatever's right up the middle, they're going to be able to hit. Because I think most people just in their mind think you flip when it's at the center of the flipper. And so orbits for novice people are typically completely ignored. So you're right, Jedi, like finding and getting used to hitting, you know, extreme left or extreme right shots, it's harder. It definitely makes you think. This game focuses you to get better at pinball. It's awesome. Thank you, Scott Denisi. Well said, Slacker. Well said.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, this game definitely punishes you when you do bad stuff like what is happening there.
What
But
I'm doing
you have
right now, aiming at center targets.
You shouldn't be going for that center thing.
Yeah, I should be punished right now, but I don't know why I keep flipping it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just a choice, I guess. But honestly, the mystery might be a good option.
Oh, because I might get light locks.
Because you might get light locks, yeah, and that's huge when you got all those drops down.
But mystery,
Also,
I have to hit my rad targets. Yeah. What's up?
Something cool when you're in multi-ball, and you're getting jackpots. Let's just say you knock down 3 drop targets in multi-ball, and they're still down when you lose multi-ball. The game doesn't reset those drop targets.
Standby for extra gold.
So,
oh, I see what you mean.
yeah, so
Okay.
it will spot you those drop targets if you can leave them down when you exit multi-ball. to
Hyper
restart it.
Coaster, thank you for the resub, man. Appreciate you, Tommy. Thanks for being here. Okay, that was ball 1. Okay,
That's pretty good.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
3 reactors on ball 1.
Yeah,
This is his extra ball. He's still on ball 1.
yeah. This is the this right here is the Skip Natty. Where you short plunge.
You're killing your ball, Dave. You're killing your ball.
Oh, I am. That was
Yeah.
that's when you smack the side of your cat. I didn't even smack it hard enough. Here I am, just being an
I did
idiot.
challenge you via Corbett with my 2 reactor score I did while I was on mute there. I think you just crushed my dreams. So. Continue.
I need to. I don't have my score bit in yet, Tommy. I will get there.
Okay, well, the score will be there to challenge you.
So here's my problem: is I have the little power accessory board, and for whatever reason, I thought I had like, oh yeah, no big deal. I didn't realize it's already full. Like I already have.
Just get a splitter for it.
I know. I already have 4 mods plugged into it. I'm like, so.
Oh man.
Yeah, I have an extra connector, so I can probably split 2 of them together myself. But I'm telling you, Scott, you got to do. I told you I made that whole post on it where I basically grabbed the color data from the speakers and added an LED strip to the back of my game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So-
I've seen a bunch of people do that.
Yeah, my whole back box, like the whole wall, shines the same color as the speakers, and I love it.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh, I need to do that. You gotta send me some details on that. 'Cause
I will do
I have just a solid red strip behind Deadpool and a solid purple strip behind Stranger Things, and I like what that. And I have these vinyl Pac-Man decals on the wall. So I have these ghosts that go behind my game. So
Definitely thought it was flipping over. All right, we're all right. We're all right. Yeah, Tommy, I'll send it to you. It looks good.
thanks.
Yeah. All right. I love the fact that the colors change. Like it feels
yeah.
fresh.
Every reactor has a different color. Yeah.
It's fresh. I love
And
it.
then the reactor 9 is dark. Did you notice that?
Why would I notice that?
I don't know.
I have not been anywhere near it, but I will look at that next time I see somebody stream.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it looks real good in the dark too. Like, a lot of streamers I know use like pin stadiums and stuff to like lighten up the playfield.
Yeah.
Like if you turn that off, like I don't know if you're using them now. It looks like you might be, or your room's bright.
I have some LED panels. I don't use pin stadiums on this one. I don't want to adjust the lights at all. Like, I don't want to mess with it. But I have these 2 LED panels, so if I turn them off, there's one.
Yeah, so people like play this, like you can play this in the dark, and it's still perfectly fine. Like you don't need, that middle part of the playfield's all black, so there's nothing really on it anyway.
It's not needed, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's totally not needed.
The only time I play this in the dark is when I'm not streaming, and like I said, having that LED strip on the back wall makes the whole...
does crazy stuff.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I don't know why I did that shot.
Dude, that's a tough shot too, across playfield to the lock.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, it's like most of the way to the tip of the left flipper, but I can rarely hit it.
Get all the way up. Come on. Trying to find that plunge, that's the thing that I've seen. Like the real good players at this game, they have the plunge figured out. You know, to be able to plunge consistently up top.
Yeah, into the core there. Yeah.
And
yeah, George,
you're at
George can do that.
Hit the spinner. Hit the spinner. You're at 96% on that.
I know,
You
but
can rip that spinner. That spinner will advance the reactor. It's going down though, so let's see.
I gotta, hit the shot. Or not. There we go.
Going down.
That's fine.
It's going
We're
down
good.
a lot now. There
We're
you go.
good.
That'll get you.
We're good.
Get you critical.
All the rad targets.
Now you can get multi-wall. Yeah, all the rad targets. Yeah.
All the reds.
Does the core difficulty scale with the reactor number?
It does. Yeah, everything scales. With, like the amount of hits, the amount of stuff that you have.
There we go.
Earn. There you go. Thanks. So there's just everything, but also point scale too. There's a lot of crazy math I had to get right to get this thing working properly. But I'm really happy with how it turned out.
You should be.
You saved all the formulas though, right?
Yeah, I mean it's all in the code. It's all there. I can read it if I need to.
I can just imagine like, 1 decimal point.
There we go.
And you put out a new version of code and everyone
That's a huge amount. Oh, that was like 300,000 for that one.
It was good. And we already have that lit.
219 seconds. You already got your next one.
I know.
Almost unlocked. Or it is
It's unlocked. There we go. I'm in the scoop.
Yeah. Freaking yeah, dude. There it is, teal.
There we go. Stay up top. There we go.
I think I've been oblivious to the core colors up until now. So
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Really see. Oh god, 92%.
I see that.
Oh.
I see it. It's coming down.
But you can rip the spinner. So let's say you get it on the right flipper.
There it is.
Yeah, just
I did
rip
it.
the spinner.
It didn't rip. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, you got it in though.
I have no multi.
Okay, there's two destroy targets already down.
Yeah. We're good though. We're in a good spot.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's really good.
This is just ball 2, right?
Yeah, it'll be ball 3 now though. Ball 3
Yeah,
though,
so
but
now-
I can lock some balls. Get into a multi-ball.
You need to get a lane save. So you really should try to skill shot into the core.
Oh, yeah, that would light it.
Because you'll be able to move it. Yeah, so if you move it, it's
So move
totally
it?
fine. Yeah,
I never the skill shot into
yeah.
the core awards a lane save.
it does if you move it. If you don't move it, it awards a lane save and it completes your keypad.
But I don't need the keypad complete right now.
You don't really need the keypad complete right now because that's just a reactor jackpot. That's just for points.
It was kind of silly. All right. There we go.
Yeah, multi-ball. Yeah, for sure. Oh shit.
No.
It's so
There we go. We're good. We're good.
Oh
We're good.
yeah, nice.
We're good. All right.
I'm like live commenting. I'm like,
No, I love it. I love it.
I'm like, oh shit. Okay, so you got a lane save back too, which is great.
Yeah.
There's 2 more destroy targets.
Oh wow. That fell apart. All right.
Alright, so any in lane you get, you gotta cash that ball save in.
Oh. You're right.
You got 2 warnings too, so you're good.
No.
2 tilt warnings left. Oh, you know what? Your orbit your orbit's hitting the top of the sling. It shouldn't be. You might have to pull that metal guide out a little bit.
Which one?
I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. It's intense.
Yeah, it is intense.
Oh! The R is right there. Don't.
Get that. Yep. Oh shit! Take a little break for a second.
Just calm down for a second.
Yeah, take a breather.
Let's just calm down for a second. I've been all over this guy.
Yeah.
But you're right. I would love my ball save.
Yeah, just to activate it so you can just flail around a little bit more. You know?
But this
Like,
is
you can
where
just, like, really be crazy with it.
Gary, I know. This is where like Dead Flip would just be going for the drops. Carl D'Angelo going for the drops. I mean, everybody.
Fuck, I wouldn't do that, man.
That's
I'd be
the
so
smart
scared.
play, right? And that's.
I don't know. I don't know what I would do in this situation. I'd probably hit the R so I get ball save.
There it is. Okay.
There it is. Nice. Nice. Now
Try
it
to-
drops. Or center target.
We're
just
okay.
get a
We're
ball
okay.
save for a little
Drain
bit.
quick.
Or just
Drain
dip.
quick. Thank you.
Full save.
Don't screw me.
Alright.
All right. If I can.
Remember, if the in lanes, just grab it.
There it is. Take it right here. There it is.
There you go. Center target. Center target.
Center target, and then I can hit my reactor. Come on. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
We're okay. We're okay. We're all right.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
No.
Dang, don't do that. What are you doing?
Don't. I'm 2 shots away. I have no tilt.
Extra ball. You need the extra ball.
I know.
Look at
I gotta
sixes,
hit one and boom, boom,
Need
boom.
2 shots away from extra ball. Yeah.
Yes, that make it really hard to control from the right orbit when it feeds the top right sling. So you're saying this?
Yeah.
this
Yours
guy?
insane. That,
No,
yeah,
it
that
tilted
rail-
because I don't.
Oh.
No.
Oh, that's lame.
No, that ghost tilt,
like
man.
Awful.
I was 2 shots away. That sucks.
Go get some earplugs. You got any earplugs?
It's a dumb game, Scott. It's dumb. I like that.
Oh, that was so bad. Oh no.
We're gonna go with I like that. Ouch. I like that answer. That was
Oh,
so the
man.
furthest I've gotten in this game is lighting that reactor and
Oh,
then
no.
draining right there. Like I was 1 shot away from an extra ball. 1 shot away from an extra ball. But that was 2 shots away from an extra ball. But it's a great
Yeah.
game, Scott.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fun, and it's fun to like watching you and like
I know.
like saying no, don't do that. What are you doing?
I know. Top tier's going to bed. Yeah, I need to call her quits.
I gotta
12:30.
get going too, man. It's getting
Yeah.
late for me as well.
Well, Scott, like always, man. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you for this. Thank you for what you've
Absolutely.
contributed to the hobby, and thanks for supporting it, man. Thanks for hopping on
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a problem at all.
really
It was
appreciate
fun
you.
talking with you. We'll do this again.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody else that's watching, thank you. Thank you for watching the stream. I'll be back next Wednesday, 10 to 12:30, 10 to midnight, something like that. What do we got? Marco, awesome. Thank you for the follow. Been a fun, Scott and Joel. Thanks for the stream. Absolutely. Who's streaming? Who's playing right now? Let's go ahead and raid somebody. Let's go ahead and raid somebody. Nighty night. Thank you, Jordan. Hey, on location pinball. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Really appreciate it. Thanks a bunch for that. Yeah, if there's anything that I can do for you, my name's Joel. Just Another Pinball Podcast. Slacker, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. Mervin, appreciate you. Thanks for always being here. Anything I can do for anybody, justanotherpinball@gmail.com. I got the podcast, Just Another Pinball Podcast. I should have one coming out in just a few days, and then I just recorded another podcast, which is Triple Drain. Yeah, so feel free to give that a listen. Let's go ahead. Who do we want to? Anybody? Should we go?
Colorado Pinball still going?
Colorado Pinball is still going. Should we go with them or should we go with Cal Pinball? Bigger or less? We'll go less. I like adding.
We go less.
Thank you,
Cal's fun.
thank
It's
you,
like
Slacker,
he's
for
playing
the
Wonka.
yeah. Thank you, Slacker, for the clip there. That's painful. Raid Cal Pinball. Boom. All right. Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone next week. Yeah, that's what I got. See you guys. Bye. Whew. Jedi, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks
All
for
right.